So I'm going to do questions 10 and 11 together in this problem. And with both of these, you have a bullet colliding with a block of wood and sticking into it. So that means they're getting stuck together. Those will be inelastic collisions. So we're going to do both of them as inelastic collisions. Now, you'll see the mass, and I'm going to talk about that mass in a second. But first, we write out the equation. Once we know what it is, you write out what equation you're going to use, which is the inelastic M1V1 plus M2V2 is equal to M1 plus M2 times V. And usually I'll put a little primed or tick mark next to that far right V. Okay. Because the masses are both in grams, they should be in kilograms. But because they are both in grams, we can be lazy. And I'm just going to leave them in grams because everything's going to cancel out. Question 11 is going to be different because I can't. I have kilograms and grams, so I have to do some conversion. All right. So first up, let's just list out our givens here. We got the mass 1 is going to be 28.2. Mass 2 is ugly there, but it's like 49.53. V prime velocity after the fact is going to be 1.05 meters per second. That's with the bullet and the block together. We don't know what V1 is, the velocity of the bullet before, but the block of wood sitting still, so that's 0. So we just start plugging and chugging. We have 28.2 times the velocity we're looking for plus 0, right? Because the block's sitting still, V2 is 0, that whole thing's 0. All right? Other side, we have 28.2 plus our 49.53, and that's going to be times our 1.05, our new velocity, 1.05 there. So there you go. So now we have the math all set up, or the equation ready. So now we can just do our algebra. So we can add the 28.2 and the 49.53 together. And we get 49.81 times the 1.05. I can multiply those. All right. And I get some value here. 5,230.2. All right. Or 26. Other side, 28.2 times V1. So now we're just divide both sides by the 28.2 and solve for the V1. There you go. Yoink, yoink. So V1 is equal to what value? We got 185. So there you go. So then that should make sense. The velocity of the bullet should be a whole lot faster. All right. So now we go to question number 11. And in 11, I have to convert because I have grams and kilograms. And that will be the number one problem students are going to have. They won't convert the masses, but you have to make sure that they're both with the same on the same level. So I have mass 1 is 15 grams. To kill the units to get to kilograms, I'm going to do that. So remember that I'm going to replace kilogram or grams with kilograms. So kilograms are on top, so the grams get canceled out. There's 1 kilogram in 1,000 grams. And again, you always put a 1 next to what's biggest and then put in the number underneath. So I end up with 0.015 grams. I'm sorry, kilograms is M1 now. And M2 is just going to be whatever it was, 5.5 kilograms. All right, so then I know it's inelastic still. So I write my equation, M1V1 plus M2V2 is equal to M1 plus M2 times V primed. I get lazy with putting the prime there. All right. Now, so I have 0.015 times the velocity I'm looking for plus, well, 0, because the velocity is 0, right? That block of wood, again, is sitting still, so I set that velocity equals 0, the whole thing's 0. And on the other side, I have 0.015 plus my 5.5 kilograms. And now they're on the same level, so they're both in kilograms, times my velocity, 0.54. All right, so I add my two masses together, and I'm going to get 5.515 kilograms. All right, that times my 0.54 meters per second. All right, and I get the value plug and chug what I'm going to get. 2.9781 is equal to 0.015 V1. All right, and then just doing my algebra again, divide both sides by 0.015. And I get my answer. And what do I get that answer to be? Divided out. 198 meters per second. All righty, that's it.